Hey, what's up guys? Phoenix here. This video is going to be the second of the DDD combo tutorial videos that I'm doing on the current support that we have at the time of me making this video, not including the starter deck that we get in February 2017. I'll probably make an entirely separate series of combo tutorial videos for those when it gets a bit closer to the release date of said structure deck, or I might do them a bit sooner than that. I don't know. I have yet to decide these things in my mind. It'll basically dictate itself based off the reviews that these videos get. But anyway, this is going to be a separate combo from the one that I showed you previously. The first combo I showed you was a really simple way to go first turn Beatrice Omega and still end up with at least 3 cards. It was a 3-card investment for at least a 3-card reward. Now, this is a combo that I'm going to be showing you more of the utilization of Puppet Master in the deck, because some people didn't understand in the previous build that I posted what Puppet Master's main functionality is and what real benefit it allows the deck to have. Ultimately, any hand with Puppet Master in it, unless Puppet Master gets Veilered, obviously, but we're not really going to be factoring that in. We're basically just looking for raw combo potential. If Puppet Master resolves, your play ceiling is so much higher and so much more consistent at doing the openings that you are trying to do with the deck, especially since it happens to be the right level, being a level 6 monster. It's just perfect for the deck. But mainly, the combo I'm going to be showing you today is one of the more versatile, one of the more meldable combos. With these 3 cards, and it is very specific, but it is also very versatile in the different pieces that you can interchange around. I'm just showing you these 3 pieces as the starter cards because it yields the most optimal result and the most consistent result. But any of these can be swapped for other cards, like this can be swapped for Gate, even though it's not really optimal. If that's the case, you kind of have to add extra combo pieces because you need to get Gate off of this. If this is Necro Slime, then you can obviously have Gate as well as another combo piece. You can have another DD as a combo piece like Nicola. There's a lot of different flexibilities that this deck and this combo string allows you. With any combo string in this deck, there's a lot of flexibility. But for this one, I'm going to be showing you just very specific these 3 cards because it is the most optimal outcome. Now, at the very least, these 3 cards become Beatrice Omega and drawing a card and searching a card off of Gate. Now, depending on what you draw mid-combo, you can also add Titanic Galaxy into that play string, and that is what I'll be showing you because it's very easy for me to show you both in this video. So, for all intensive purposes, for the most optimal result, it's these 3 cards end with Beatrice Omega and Titanic Galaxy. So, enough rambling. Let me just show you exactly what I mean. Now, this is one of those weird hands where some people would not understand the main value of Puppet Master. They see it as a conflicting normal summon with Kepler. A lot of people see it as a conflicting normal summon with Kepler, and a lot of people would like to normal summon Kepler and get their search for Gate, usually searching something like Necro Slime to use with Swirl Slime to make an instant rank 7 or rank 6. But that's not really that optimal, and some people will struggle to figure out, what are they trying to do with this hand? Especially if there's a bunch of other variables in the mix, like you've traded Thomas's away, you've Desires and banished some things. There's a lot of different factors that can go into it, but just to try and form some clarity into what your starting play should be doing, I'm just going to act like no other variables exist until we get into the combo. So for this one, most people, like I said, would want to normal summon Kepler, get Gate, and use Gate to add Necro Slime, and then go Swirl Slime, Necro Slime for like 2 Arcs or 2 Gengises, and that's not really what we're looking to do here. That's not optimal because then you just have the Puppet Master chilling in your hand. But instead, you're going to do something that may seem a little counterproductive, and it may seem very fragile, and by all means, if you get Veilered, you probably lose. But you're playing such a high ceiling, high combo oriented deck, and Veiler has really fallen out of favor in the current format, so that isn't really something you should really need to be worrying about too much, in my opinion. Although the factor is still very much there, it's just something that you shouldn't really be worrying about, and you should just be like, if it happens, it happens. Because that is how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works. But anyway, you'll use Swirl Slime, and you'll use Swirl Slime discarding the Kepler to grave to summon Flame King Genghis. Then you'll immediately tribute this Genghis to normal summon your Puppet Master. And then your Puppet Master will pay 2,000 life points to special summon 2 Fiends from grave. So you'll special summon the Flame King Genghis you just tributed back, and you'll special summon the Kepler back. And then Kepler's effect will trigger adding Dark Contract with the Gate. Now, you're not going to use Dark Contract with the Gate's ability just yet because you actually want to see what happens, what you draw. It definitely influences the combo string. Like I said, depending on what you draw, you can end with a Titanic Galaxy as well as Beatrice Omega. If you don't draw a specific DD card or DD monster, then you'll be able to use Gate to add the last piece of the puzzle to at least make Beatrice Omega happen. So that's very important. But anyway, you overlay your Genghis and your Puppet Master into Beatrice because they're both 6s. And now from this, you're going to detach DDD Flame King Genghis because it has infinitely more value in the grave than Puppet Master does. And you're going to send your Glow Up Bulb to grave from there. Now, just like in the last combo tutorial I did, I'm going to act like the card that you mill off Bulb is completely irrelevant to your game plan and not a combo piece. So you'll trigger Bulb's effect to mill a card and special summon itself. And for this example, I'm just going to like simulate that it's a blank that you mill, something that does not influence your combo in any way, shape, or form. Because I want to be focusing on the different things that influence your combo, more like the cards you're going to be drawing off formula and things like that. But so let's say you mill a card that's 100% not a combo piece in the form of like Solemn Strike or just like another Dark Contract. And so from here, you're going to synchro into your formula Synchron, and your Kepler is going to go over into your extra deck. Now from here, a lot of things can happen that influence this combo string. And this is what really like adds the like merit to the fluidity of these combos and the flexibility these combos have. Now, normally, if you drew any card that was not a combo piece, like say another Strike, if you drew something that was a defensive card, not a combo piece, you can use Gate's ability to add DD Savant Nicola. And then from here, you can banish your Swirl Slime from grave because that's still here, that hasn't been used, to special your Nicola, and then you can synchro these two cards up into Omega. And so from there, you've ended with Beatrice Omega, and you have a defensive line. Now, the best possible outcome that you can have here is if you draw one of these cards. If you draw either Nicola, if you draw either Thomas, or Oblivion King Ragnarok. These are the 3 cards that you would really like to draw off formula, and because you haven't used Gate's search effect yet, there's still likely 3 of each in your deck if you haven't Desires any away, if you haven't Trade-End any away. There's other factors like that that go into play. But in an ideal situation, if you're just performing this combo off the rip with no extra draw cards or no extra draw power gone into it, there should be 3 copies of each of these in your deck. Now, the ones that you really want to draw is either Thomas or Ragnarok. Now, those are what will make your play into a Titanic Galaxy Omega Beatrice play. If you just draw Nicola, then that's fine, because you can use Gate to add Thomas to hand, and then Thomas will just be a +1 in your scale. You'll still end with Beatrice Omega, and you'll have a Thomas in your scale, and you'll add the Kepler back to your hand. But the ones that you really want to draw are either Ragnarok or Thomas. And so, off of the formula, let's say you draw the Thomas. So then you'll use your Gates ability, and you'll add whatever piece you missed. So, Ragnarok, in this instance. So, if you drew Ragnarok, you add Thomas. If you drew Thomas, you add Ragnarok. Now, from here, you still haven't used the Swirl Slimes effect, and you put the Flame King Genghis in grave off of your Beatrice. That's very important. So, you're going to put your Ragnarok in your scale, and then you are going to banish your Swirl Slime to special the Thomas out of your hand. Now, like I said, this is if you drew these cards. This is the most optimal outcome, which is why I'm focusing on it. This is what you want to happen. This is what you want to happen to mold your plays and be fluid. I've already showed you how you can make Omega happen very easily based off what you drew. Now we're taking it a bit further. But you special summon the Thomas, and so because of that, your Ragnarok's Pendulum effect is going to trigger. You'll take 1,000, and you'll special summon your Genghis back from grave. Seems pretty straightforward, right? There's a reason you detached this off your Beatrice instead of Puppet Master. If you detached Puppet Master, this play would not be viable in any way, shape, or form. It would not be possible. So you're going to synchro these up into your Cypher Lord Omega, and then from here you have Thomas's effect that you can still activate. So you activate Thomas's effect, and you pop your Ragnarok out of your scale, and you special summon another Ragnarok from your deck. And so from here, you've got your 2 level 8s, you make Titanic Galaxy. So this is one of those plays that it's very high risk, but it's also very high reward, in that you still have the Farfa in the deck in an ideal world. So that means your Beatrice is a defensive line through Farfa, doing the same things that I mentioned it could do in the previous video, sending it on your opponent's turn to disrupting plays in the ABC matchup, the BA matchup, even the Blue Eyes matchup, like all these different things. You've got Cypher Lord Omega, which can put back your 1 banished card, which is your Swirl Slime, and Swirl Slime will immediately have a target that you can utilize next turn if this Dark Contract stays. So there is that. Titanic Galaxy allows you a lot of defensive line because of the fact that it just lets you suck up spell cards, so it allows your opponent to basically not be able to activate Union Hanger in the ABC matchup. There's multiple different things there, and as well as it's very high risk, high reward, as I said, because you've used 3,000 life points to reach this point. You've paid 1,000 off Ragnarok, and you paid 2K for Puppet Master. And during your next standby phase, you're going to pay 1,000 for a Dark Contract with the Gate. Now, if something happens and you're really low, you could suck up the Dark Contract with the Gate under your Titanic Galaxy and not take the burn damage. That is definitely a possibility, although it's not optimal. It does give you a little safety cushion there that you should definitely be aware of. But ultimately, like I said, this is a 3-card, can be 4-card. If you opened with Thomas or Ragnarok in your opening hand, and instead of 3 cards you're working with 4, you're guaranteed this outcome because it doesn't matter what you drew off Formula Synchron. That is also something that I need to very, very, very highly stress to you, is that if you opened that same combination of 3 cards, the Kepler, the Swirl Slime, and the Puppet Master, but then you also opened with either Ragnarok or Thomas, then it does not matter what you drew off the formula. You have this combo. It turns into a 4-card combo, but you do have this combo guaranteed. And so that's something you should also keep in mind. And then that also allows you to do different things based off if you do draw other combo pieces off of your formula, and you can search different cards with Gate. There's all these different things that add to the fluidity of the combo strings in this deck, but this is what I wanted to focus on. Like I said, it's a 3-card, either Beatrice or Omega, or it's a you drew the right card, or 4-card Beatrice, Omega, Titanic, Galaxy. So that's really what I wanted to focus on in this video. But anyways, always guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to all the nonsense you usually do. Let me know what you guys think about these combo videos. Let me know what you think about the DDD deck in the comments down below. Let me know if there's any specific combo strings that you would like to see for the future that I could maybe address as well, because, I mean, there's definitely quite a few different openings that you could do with this deck and stuff like that. Now, it's really hard to try and do anything going second, because of the fact that pretty much there's so many subjective variables at that point. There's already a lot of variables for the DDD deck because you have so many draw cards and you have so many different interactions. So many cards can layer over in multiple ways to achieve a similar or better result. So like there's way too many things to focus on going first even with this deck, but going second there's just tons of variables that come into play. But let me know what you guys think, as I've already said, in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you know some people that might also like my content, I encourage you to share my videos around to them, maybe encourage them to subscribe as well. Helping the subscriber base and the viewership base of this channel grow, fantastic way to show your support and a fantastic way to ensure I keep making content in the future if that's what you want to see. But other than that, that is it for this video. As I've already said, thank you for watching as usual. Thanks for your time. And as always, guys, take care.